Welcome home, brave heroes. I am Ash, and these are the submissions to the 2024 Quest Jam. Be advised there will be spoilers ahead. And now, onward. Raid the Shaper's Sanctum by Prince Dai. You are the infamous pirates of the Nibiru, and you are waging a war against the Elven Empire. Sources tell that prisoners are brought from across the Empire to this fortress to be used in experiments that imperil the seas. Raid the Shaper's Sanctum, free the prisoners, sabotage foul experiments, and grab as much booty as you can. This quest contains custom heroes, referred to as pirates, and some special rules. Pirates can use their regular action to move a second time. Pirates may rest when doubles are rolled for movement, foregoing movement and recovering either 2 BP or all starting spells that have been cast. To test strength against X, pirates must be adjacent to the tested object, roll 1d6 and add their current BP. If it is equal to or greater than the X value, it is a success. Elven archers can cast double image, warriors can cast slow, and assassins can cast flashback. This means you are the monster pirate. Finally, a quest where we play as the bad guys, but it's a completely original little cast of characters that are bad guys. Maybe they're not so bad after all, but they are pirates and they are here freeing monsters. I guess it's whatever narrative you want to tell, really, but you're still fighting the forces of dread here, so maybe these guys are kind of neutral. This is a pretty challenging quest, too. The mechanics are pretty much rebuilt from scratch, and still everything fits on a single quest page. I really like that. With the pirate hero stats actually being completely original, as well as their movesets. The wizard, for example, is actually the witch. The witch has astral projection. Instead of moving, attack or cast a spell from any space on the revealed board, and black magic. Suffer 1 BP damage and draw 1 random dread spell. And spellcaster can cast a spell, restore dread, and command. In a rare turn of events, the dwarf is actually a quartermaster that can attack diagonally, and starts out with 3 attack dice, 4 defense dice, 8 BP, and 3 MP. The dwarf has leg sweep. Instead of dealing damage, knock down your opponent. Turn the figure on its side to represent this status. Knocked down figures lose 1 BP and -1 AD and -1 DD until their next turn, when they must use an action or a movement to stand up. The quartermaster can also use rummage, which means they can search for either nothing, a smoke bomb, caltrops, a potion of speed, holy water, or a health potion. The dwarf also has treasure hunter. When you search, draw 2 cards and keep 1, place the other at the bottom of the deck. And specialist. You may disarm traps, roll a combat die, success on any result other than a black shield, which is pretty typical. The elf, whom I've chosen to represent here with a rogue miniature, obviously, is the captain with 4 attack dice, 3 defense dice, 7 BP, and 4 MP, and has swashbuckler. When there are no other pirates adjacent within 3 spaces, gain +1 AD and +1 DD. Roar. Instead of moving, move all adjacent enemies 1 space away from you. Pounce. As an action, move adjacent to an enemy within 3 tiles and attack them. This is in addition to a regular movement. And nimble. Once per turn, at any point during it, you may make an additional movement of 1 red die. Finally, the barbarian is a marauder in this quest with 4 attack dice, 3 defense dice, 9 BP, and 2 MP, and has rage. The dreaded but classic whirlwind attack, called Whirl in this quest. Push, which, when you deal at least 2 BP, you may push that target up to 2 squares away. This seems to be a passive ability that the Marauder always has. And Strength. When you make a strength test, add your starting BP value to the roll instead of your current BP value. Finally, the Marauder already has a crossbow starting out. This is a particularly difficult quest. There are a lot of high-level enemies here, including those from Mage of the Mirror and Rise of the Dread Moon, although it looks like our heroes have received a pretty considerable power level boost to be able to face off against these enemies. This room has Dread cultists, and these cultists will actually have a bit of a chance to turn into a specter upon their death, so you could be dealing with a room that has potentially 8 different enemies instead of just the 4 here. There's a Dread Warrior here as well, so really I mean 5 to 9 enemies. You are a pirate! You are a pirate! Portcullis locks can be picked like a trap. Prisoners will fight any enemies in sight and then flee unless otherwise noted. The quest ends when you free all the prisoners so that they can flee. Or if you flee without freeing the prisoners. And by flee, I mean dying. This is the most professional quest presentation I've ever done. I don't know if it's because I've had too much coffee or not enough. These statues in the corridors cast fireball every turn. What a pain. But what an awesome trap presentation. I love it. The quest note for this one is, Once the room is clear, the abomination gurgles, "Help me!" If you bring in a potion of superior restoration, you can choose an elf mercenary to join you. So what happens? Does this abomination become an elf mercenary? Are they just covered in a ghillie suit, layers of teeth, dressed like an abomination? Were they turned into it because of the shapers? Oh, that's actually probably what happened. That's horrifying. That's horrifying. Superior restoration. Oh, it makes sense now. Oh no. It's personal. These guys have got to go down. I mean, it's personal. We have to slaughter every single enemy miniature here, period. I'm telling you, it really seems like it's going to be super challenging and too hard, like Rage Quit frustratingly hard, Souls of HeroQuest, Dark Souls. I'm tripping over every other word this playthrough. But it's rewarding to play with the pirate abilities, and they just don't run out. I mean, you have the chance to recover them almost every turn if you have to. This does kind of mean that the heroes could wait around when there are no enemies in sight and roll for movement and just kind of walk around in circles until they roll doubles. So I don't know how you want to handle that, Zargon. You might say you can only do this when there are enemies on the board in order to keep them from abusing it. If one of the criteria for this jam was gets an extra point for having a cute elf assassin, well, this would get all the extra points for that, but it's not. So I'll just say that it gets the extra points in my heart. Smash the bookshelves for kindling. We have to destroy these elven tomes and all of their dirty elf comics or whatever it is they keep in these bookshelves. Actually, I guess if we're pirates, we'd be taking the comics and we would be burning everything else. Yeah, sorry. It's more strength tests. You have to test your strength against 12. On a success, the bookshelf is removed. We've got 4 of these, and this quest actually utilizes every bookshelf that it possibly can within the limits of the quest. That's great. I was really worried about accessibility for this quest, but everything was actually lined out pretty clear, and this is the start of a glorious pirate-themed campaign that I would absolutely play if this creator chooses to pursue this theme or more quests of this type. So thank you so much, Prince Dai, for this awesome quest. To play these quests and the other epic quests submitted to the 2024 Quest Jam, please visit the link in the description below. Now onward, brave heroes.